The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. I'm Andrew Rogers alongside Carson-Newman women's soccer head coach Simon Duffy as his team gets back into South Atlantic Conference action with a road matchup against Lincoln Memorial tomorrow evening. Coach, your team's on a 4-match unbeaten streak, and it's spelled a long period of time now from the end of September. You've had a week off from your last match, another Wednesday conference match here coming up against Lincoln Memorial. What have you liked about how this team's been able to play, but also to have this break to spell this 4-match unbeaten?
Yeah, coming off of a week where we haven't played a game, it's always good. Taking that rest, taking that advantage coming off of a win, clean sheet, few goals. So yeah, definitely something we've enjoyed. Don't like having kind of mid-season breaks as much, but getting back into it now, and these next 5 games we have, Andrew, are all conference opponents, big ones, big run-in, starting with LMU tomorrow. So it's going to be a tough match, and regardless of the results, regardless of their record, they're always going to be a tough opponent just because of being a close rival to us.
Another match and really another opportunity to extend some streaks. I mentioned the 4-match unbeaten streak. You've won back-to-back road games. You can make it 3. It would be the first time in a couple of seasons that your team's won 3 or more games on the road consecutively. What have you liked about what this group's been able to do, not just at home and not just this season, but be able to do it on the road, especially as a fleet?
So we've traditionally played our best football at home. That's not a secret. So to be able to carry that on the road this season has been wonderful, and it stems back to last season. Coming up short in quite a few games where I thought we deserved more, but getting the result and thinking whether you deserve it or not are two different things. So a lot of this is down to the players, the commitment to the players, and understanding we don't want to repeat of last year where we're too good of a team for that to happen. So we know the 5 opponents we have coming up are very, very good, starting with LMU. So I think the players want to go out, those that are graduating want to kind of go out with a bang, go out on a high, and leave everything on the pitch these last 5 games.
You mentioned Lincoln Memorial, and we say this all the time, sometimes records really don't matter in these types of games, but they also don't reflect the quality of opponents. And LMU's 5-4-2, but their 4 losses are to undefeated top 5 North Georgia, Catawba, Lenore, Ryan, Wingate, who have all been one of those, or all have been part of the top part of this table as of late. What stands out about this group that's gone through a gauntlet of a start to the year?
Yeah, and you didn't even mention Coker, where they got their win, right? And Coker did one over on us on the road. So they've had a tough run of games, and we know the record that they currently have right now. It doesn't mean anything, and we're not going to hype on that, and we're not going to talk about that much, but more so of what we can do and how we compete when we're on the road, if we can continue that on. But we know, at this stage, the likes of an LMU or a Tusculum, these types of teams that are, quite local to us, it's just a different game, and we can watch video on them and everything else, but we just have to understand the team we want to show up to compete and play, be very intentional in what we're doing, and we've seen that thus far with our team. So I've no difference of opinion if I think that's going to happen here tomorrow.
We'll circle back around to your team to close things out. You mentioned the tough slate that you guys have coming up. We'll throw Lincoln Memorial in there. They can easily be in the top part of the table, but then 4 straight opponents after that are all in the top 5 when you don't count yourself in that mix. What does your team need to continue to do well on both ends of the field? Is it more defensive that you want to see to sharpen things up, or continue to play well offensively that allows this team to stay at the top and possibly finish in the top 4 to host that first round game?
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that at the end there. Yeah, just being really good quality in both boxes. Defend with pride, defend well, 1v1 defending, defend crosses, win headers, just little things. And then in the final third, if we can create chances, good movement in and around defenders and exploit teams. We know how teams are going to be playing, so if we can understand that and have a game plan going into it, but it comes down to just a bit of quality, a bit of magic in the final third. Of the 5 games we have coming up, 2 of them are on the road. Obviously LMU tomorrow is very close, so I think about an hour and 15 minutes up the road, and then so that's 3 of the final 4 then at home. So if we do push and do what we want, hopefully we're looking at one more home game, you know, with the opening round game. But we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. 2 big games coming up this week. And yeah, we just need to show up tomorrow and compete against a good LFU side.
Good luck against the Rail Splitters.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That's the head coach, Simon Duffy. I'm Andrew Rogers. This is the Eagles Sports Network.